Hey guys, Editor Jeremy here. So this video was filmed back in 2017, and it's all about, it was originally supposed to be a how to clean your mechanical keyboard video, like a tutorial guide, but it ended up being pretty long, and I, like so many projects, ended up being pushed to the wayside for other things like my mods and so many different projects that I've worked on over the years. But yeah, I have a pile of these old videos, and I just felt like editing them and getting them out there. So this is a little bit of context that it is from 2017. The keyboard was originally bought in 2016, I think in the summer, and it wasn't until May of 2017 that I started working on recording the whole project of cleaning it, disassembling, cleaning it, and testing it, and what have you. So, yeah, this is a really old video, almost a decade old at this point. But yeah, throw it on and play a game while it's running in the background, and you can follow me along on the journey. And yeah, I actually have a bunch more unreleased video content like this that's pretty old that I'm going to be pushing out in the near future. Um, yeah, PC builds, a lot of content that I recorded for PC builds. So stay tuned, and I hope you find it entertaining. Hey everybody, I recently picked up this keyboard for $40. The only thing about it is that the person I bought it from spilt a can or a bottle of cola all over it. So certain keys are super sticky. That's rough. Nobody wants their Cherry MX Blues to sound like that. So this video I'm going to, ooh, those are really sticky. Oh yeah, this whole corner is really sticky too. I'm going to follow a Reddit post that I found on the Mechanical Keyboard Forum. Some of you may have already found this post for yourself and have used it to clean a keyboard that you own. Going to start by taking all the caps off and cleaning with warm soapy water the caps, and then I'll go through it step by step to show you guys the process, and hopefully at the end we'll have a working keyboard that works like brand new anyways. In terms of key feel, I tested it, it does work. Everything, all the keys are registering, which is great, and the LED backlight is working. So we'll do this and see if we can get it like brand new. Checking the back of it, it's a Razer Black Widow Ultimate 2003 edition. I don't know too much about newer mechanical keyboards. From what I hear, this isn't the greatest keyboard, which actually makes it the perfect thing to experiment on, you know, for science and all that jazz. Before we start pulling off all these keycaps, I'm going to make sure to take a picture of this keyboard. You know, it's not too difficult to place the keys back where they're supposed to go just from memory, but you don't want to mess up, and it's good to have a reference to look at just in case. Just starting with the directional keys here because they're really easy to take off. You can see how dirty this keyboard is. There's a whole bunch of gunk built up. Try to get the autofocus to show you that. It's pretty gross, and these two sound okay. These two are really sticky. Let's see what we can do about that. So unfortunately my previous recording got cut off, but this is the second bath. It's been sitting in here for maybe the past 20 minutes. And of course I've been going through the process of clicking it again, and you can see the water is very discolored. So there's a lot more stuff coming out of this keyboard. I'm probably going to repeat this process until nothing else is coming out of it, until it's clear, until I know that it's clean. At which point I'm going to let it sit out and dry. The switch is facing down so that water can drain into a towel. And then, we'll wait a few days. I'll come back and turn the camera on and, fingers crossed. Hopefully it works. Hopefully I didn't destroy this keyboard. It's interesting to see if this works. So until then. So we're back. It's been a few days, 4 or 5 days maybe. Everything's washed. It's been sitting out here drying for quite a long time, a little bit longer than typically you'd need to have a keyboard dry out for. Typically, the article says about 2 days. So it's been a lot longer than that. So I've washed the casings, the keys, and as you saw, we did the switch soak, which was pretty intensive, and we got a lot of very nasty crap that came out. There was a bug inside of it. Don't ask me how long that thing's been there, but it's been hibernating, I guess, inside that keyboard since I bought it a year ago from that guy. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to move all these keycaps off this table here, and I'm going to test the switches and make sure that none of them are sticking. And if we have any stickiness on any more of the switches, we're going to repeat the process of using a Q-tip or a straw. In my case, it'll be a Q-tip. I'll probably use a water isopropyl alcohol mixture and apply it to the switch, and then just spam the hell out of that key to try to loosen it up. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, so here we are. The keyboard PCB and switches are laying down on a cushion of paper towel here. And what I'm going to do is go through each one of these switches and just test them and see. There's a little bit of stickiness here. I want to test each switch and find out if there's any syrupy cola stuff left in this board. And I want to document where this is happening. So the top row seems okay. Oh, there you go. See? There's some stickiness in this switch still. So we're going to have to spam that one. This was the side, I think, that the cola was primarily spilt on as well. So I'd expect that most of the sticking is going to happen over here. But surprisingly, all these keys seem to be okay.
It's just this one right in this corner here. They all feel proper. Clicking away, Cherry MX Blue switches should be clicking. That key is no good. Needs to be addressed. Nope, we found another one. These two. So, how am I going to keep these marked so I know if there are more? If there are any more, I'm going to have to do something. Mark it with something. This one's a little gummy too. There's a little bit of glue on that one. All right, so we only have a few keys to take care of here, and that's not a huge deal. So I'm going to use a mixture of isopropyl alcohol and some water, and we'll take care of these switches. All right, so we're going to do these switches. This is a mixture of hot water and isopropyl. Just like we did from the very get-go. Just want to put a little bit of this mixture into your switch. And spam. All right, let's see, what other keys? I think this one? Yep. Spam, spam, spam. I think there's one over here. There it is. Let's see, that one I think. Like really, these keys aren't that bad. I'm just being a little anal retentive about this. But, you know, after a spill like that, the goal is to bring this keyboard back to, you know, close to 100%. So I'm going to let these dry for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes maybe. And I'm going to come back and check them. If they're sticky, I'm going to do the same thing again. So we'll be back. All right, so most of these keys are okay. So what I'm going to do next is reassemble this keyboard piece by piece. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe that one's a 9th. I'm not sure. So that's from the frame. This is for the board. So we don't want to screw these in too tightly. We'll start on the other side. And we need the right head, which we do not have on. Let's see. That should do. Ow. I'm not going to do this too tightly. The main goal here is just to get the PCB board sitting in the right place. You don't want to over tighten it. So we have 2 screws left over, and I have no idea where they actually go. So I need to look up there should be a disassembly guide somewhere online so I can figure out where these go. Looks like maybe here, maybe there. There's a few places where I can't see PCB through it. So I'm going to, okay, here's a big thing that you don't want to do. This cable needs to actually be hooked back in here before you put this board back onto the base plate. So I'm going to unscrew this, check out where the holes are where the last 2 remaining screws are supposed to go, and then I'm going to redo this because I goofed up here. Alright, so we unscrewed this. I didn't need to look up where those other 2 screws go because I just realized they actually hold this bracket in place, and this bracket sits over top of the braided cable that comes out the back. So we're going to very gently lift this back up, try to get this cable back into place. Let's see. How exactly should this go in there? That seems right. Alright, well, let's leave that like that then. There we go. Just like that, it's back in place. Pop that in, stick this down. And that should be okay. Make sure there's no pinching of these cables. Cool. This slides right back into place like that, and actually helps hold this board. Okay, cool. So let's screw this back up again. There we go. I'll just tighten this back into place. And again, we don't have to get too tight with it. It's just meant to hold the threaded cable there in place and to hold the board for a little extra support. Great. Now, what we're going to do is put the cover back on. And like a genius, I put all the caps on top of the faceplate. So, let's see here. I need to move it. I also need to put this part back on. This is a little plastic cover that diffuses the green LED that comes out of the logo on the front of the keyboard. And this just snaps right back into place. And Nemo is crying. Nemo is my cat, by the way. There we go. That's in place. So this should just snap on. But I have this suspicious feeling that it's not going to be that easy. So there, that side is on. It feels like it's on. See, there's a little bit of damage there from the last person. Actually snapped this a little bit. All right, just give it a quick inspection, look around. Everything appears to be back in its proper place. So there we go. Now comes the very tedious job of putting all these keys back on. And of course, I used this, I used my cell phone, which is what I'm actually recording on, to take a picture of the key layout. So I have a guide to put these keys back on. Most of it is pretty simple that you can figure out just by memory, but it's good to use the guide. I also have to put on the stabilizers for larger keys like this space bar here. They're metal bars that run across and sit on the face of this green plate. So I need to put those back on as well. I might as well do that now. Hey, so we're back. It's been another couple days since I finished with the keys that were sticky using the isopropyl alcohol mixture. And I didn't record it, but I went through the process of putting all the caps back on the keyboard. So this is the moment of truth. I'm going to plug this keyboard into, I have a laptop over here to my right. I'm going to plug it in and we're going to see if it works. So let's do it. Well, it lights up, so that's probably a really good sign. All right, so I've rearranged this, and I'm just going to go through some of these keys and we'll see if they work. starting with the QWERTY. All right, so far so good. Let's see. Cool, everything looks good so far, which is pretty damn cool. Oh, all right, there's our first key. I spoke too soon. Or did I hit something? Oh, there we go. The numlock wasn't on. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna populate that and do page up. Page up works, page down works. Home and end aren't working, but they might just not work in Notepad. So since I plugged this in, we can see that it's a Razer keyboard. So Razer's Synapse application here is asking us to install, which we're not going to do on here. I might use this keyboard on my desktop for a while. I might end up selling it. Not really sure yet. I like the idea of using these macros for me. Something like this is really useful in video production. If I can map keys to different things, it'll speed up my productivity and efficiency in creating videos. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The project was a success. I cleaned all that filth out. We found that really disgusting little critter in there. Unstickified all these keys. The LEDs are still working. Removed all the crap, and yeah, so there you go. That steam bath technique totally works. So if there's anybody out there who's looking to, if you have a keyboard and it looks like it's pretty much garbage because you've had a few spills on it and keys just are not working anymore, don't throw it out. Try to do the steam bath technique and you might be able to bring it back to life like I've been able to do with this Razer Black Widow Ultimate 2013 keyboard. So I hope that's been informative and in some way, in a little way, entertaining at the very least. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. So that was the saga of washing that keyboard and making it work again. Again, the whole video, it took a really long time to record, and shooting it took place over the course of a few weeks, I think.
So if you're watching this, you made it to the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching it. I really appreciate it because, of course, it takes so much time and energy and effort to put into videos like that. And yeah, like I said at the beginning, it was a video that I really wanted to get out there, but it was one of those projects that kind of sat shelved for way too long. So if you did make it here, congratulations. Please leave a comment down in the comments section and tell me that you actually made it all the way to the end of the video. And if you did, make sure to jump over to my Patreon page because you can join my Discord server for free there. And yeah, the link to the Discord server is available for everybody who follows the page. And if you enter the Discord server after watching this video and you've left a comment on this video, tell me that you watched it all the way to the end, ping me in the Discord server because I have something very special for you. And yeah, I have a few more videos like this that I need to get out. PC builds and a few other interesting projects that I've been sitting on that have been needed to be edited for quite a while. So more is to come. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.